no-filter boxing. It's been a busy week here in Russia, getting ready for the WBO Light Heavyweight Championship of the World. And we hear from both fighters, the challenger, Anthony Yarde, and the great champion, Sergey Kovalev.
For myself, what I see, like 5 more fights and to be the undisputed champion.
I'm driven by challenges. All of this, to me, is fun. Going out there and fighting, because when the bell rings and you start throwing punches, you forget about everything anyway. It's just what's installed in you, your mentality.
The beast, Anthony Yarde. You could feel the weight of that body shot, and by that hurts. Oh, goodness me. Down he goes, clubbing right hands. How about that? Oh, great shot. 2 savage body shot and a big right hand. Great shot, what a punch! Big right to the body. Oh, that's surely it. And it is all over.
It's 10:30 at night, you've landed in Javelinsk, and your bags haven't landed. Not bothered, are you, Anthony?
Not really, it's part of the game.
But from a practical point of view, have you got enough amenities to get through the night?
Technically, no, but you have to make do with what you got in it. So I'm here, probably just gonna go and rest, sip some water, chill out, connect to some Wi-Fi, if there's Wi-Fi, and just relax, wait until tomorrow till my bags come.
The people at the airport that recognised you, people at the airport talking to you, that's a nice feeling, isn't it, when you land somewhere? And this does feel foreign, doesn't it? It's not like being overseas, places you've been. This does feel foreign.
The airport is very, very different. The first time my luggage hasn't showed up, and I've been on a lot of holidays, so we'll have to see what tomorrow brings.
But you're here now. It's really going to happen now. Feel different? Anything slightly different in you?
Me or you?
Me? Hey, listen, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you to be here.
Literally, we're still on concrete. We're still breathing in fresh air.
Yes.
Altitude's going to be a bit different, but it's the same thing. Whether, it don't matter where I'm at. Me and Tunde together, the rest of the camp are coming over. So it's lions in the camp, as usual. Right now, it's my show. It's not any disrespect to Kovalev or anything like that, but I'm not focused on Kovalev. It don't matter me. I'm not a fan of his. I'm not gonna go and I'm glad to meet you or anything like that. We're going into a fight. Again, this is my moment, my journey. So again, because he's not really thinking about me. He's thinking about himself. Well, I think he'll be thinking about himself. But all this talk about Kovalev, and it's not about him. It's about me and that belt. That's it. It don't matter who's in front of me.
Do you have a message for Anthony Yarde?
Just be ready and welcome to my hometown, and be ready for the fight. Great fight, you know. We should show to boxing fans worldwide and to my fans here in my hometown the very good boxing. And just I will show who is the boss here, you know. Just take your time. Wait, 24th, August 24th.
So he should take his time and not rush things.
You know, like he could say everything what he wants, you know, but say and do is 2 different things, you know.
You've heard it all before.
Yes, I'm already like mad with the guys like him, you know. Just he will pay for everything what he posted, what he said, you know. Just he's just a kid. He's not lion. He's a little kitten.
I think you're looking forward to the fight.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy for this fight because I'm here, you know. Like, but I'm very disappointed that this fight was cancelled on June. But it's not my fault, you know. Right now, fight is scheduled, and I'm ready. You know, like we'll see who is ready the better on this Saturday.
План на ближайшие 3 дня.
Пить, бухать, отдыхать. Ну какие могут быть планы? Подгонка веса, то есть пару тренировок каких-то будут легких, вот именно для того, чтобы подогнать вес и набираться сил.
Let's get right to it. One of the big themes in the build-up to this fight, and it goes back to stuff that you and Tunde have been saying for the last 3 or 4 years, and it's the criticism you and Tunde have had of the system. You can't win world titles with pity-patty pad work. You can't win world titles unless you get black eyes in sparring. You can't win world titles by pad work alone. Are you getting bored of that?
I just don't pay attention to it. We do what works for us. You know, sometimes I look on YouTube and I see Anthony Yarde sparring his trainer, AJAYU. It's not sparring, it's just practice. You know, you practice certain things, you practice getting attacked, you practice countering, you practice attacking your opponent in intelligent ways. And again, the pad work is responsive. So again, you catch a shot, you counter over a shot, you slip shots, you dip shots for different combinations. But again, everyone just got their own different methods.
Once you turn pro, was it a tough transition though, to move into the ways of Tunde's ways, Tunde's training methods, the repetition, the amount of sacrifice that he demands of his fighter? Was that a tough transition? Were there blow-up points?
Not really. I was a very hard worker anyway. I was always a person I was stubborn. I listened to my body. If there's a day when I don't want to do as much, I'll say. But again, Tunde's somebody that, again, he wanted it more than the fighters he had before. Not all of them, but I can't talk for everybody, but he wanted it a lot. And he was strict in his approach. I came with my charming smile, my laughs and my jokes. And then again, me and Tunde just relaxed together and we molded. We still have our, you know, our petty arguments, just like everyone else does. But again, when you see a pack of lions, you know, sometimes you see them scratching each other. At the end of the day, they bump heads, keep it moving, and continue with the journey. I never focus on my opponent. If you look back, go back and look at my first ever interviews, I've never ever focused on my opponents. Most of the time, I didn't even know their names. I just always focus on myself, my own progression, and how I'm performing in the ring, and the things I'm doing. Because I feel like if you're not doing the right things, or you know, you get in the ring and you're not mentally and physically ready, again, it's only yourself you need to look at.
Have you been a harsh critic of your own performances? Have you left the ring after a 3-round stoppage where the guy's been on the floor 4 times and sat in front of Tunde in the changing room and said, I'm not happy, I've done this, I've done that, I've done that? Does it work that way?
In the beginning, I was like that a lot. And again, me and Tunde go back and forth with certain things, and he said to me, no, go back and look at the tape. You're in there, so you're going to criticize yourself. But from what I saw, it was fantastic. But again, I'm one of them harsh critics. I always feel like I can do better. I always feel like I want to progress more than I already have. I'm a person that just beats on progression. And I've always been like that. It's like I'm a perfectionist. Obviously, perfection don't exist, but I'm still a perfectionist. I feel like if you seek perfection, you get close. Same way as if you shoot beyond the stars, at least you land somewhere good.
You're in the area.
You're in the area, that's what I'm saying. But if you focus on something mild, you're gonna get probably undermild. So again, I shoot for things that are ridiculous, things that don't make sense.
I don't quite understand not focusing on Kovalev. When you say you don't focus, does that mean you don't fixate, but you still study him? What does it mean? Just explain that a little bit for me.
I've seen Kovalev fight before. I've seen him live. I saw when he lost the fight against the Alvarez. That's the first and only time I've seen him fight live. I've seen him fight on TV before, just as a spectator. You know, when I was an amateur, just watching boxing. Again, he was somebody that I was watching, and it's just been the same. I don't study people like Kovalev. You know, his style is not like my style. I studied the old fighters, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. You know, these kind of fighters, you know, they got similar styles to me. Even Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, the flamboyant and how he used to fight. I'm fighting Kovalev now. I'm not going to change anything. You know, it's all trial and error. I feel like looking at someone like Kovalev, I'm sure him and his team are looking at me, trying to look for mistakes, but then again, that's where mistakes happen in the ring, because you're focusing on something I'm doing, and I might do something else. I just feel like that's how boxing goes.
Can I just take you back a little bit to, before we got onto the TUNDE thing there, to back when you were ringside watching Alvarez, Alvarez beat Kovalev in a very strange affair, really. Were you surprised by the result?
I'll be honest with you, I was, because I didn't know Alvarez. Tunde wasn't. Tunde kissed his teeth, clicked his fingers and said, he got it before us. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I feel like we're ready for that fight. And I was like, well, why didn't we take it before? And he was like, it could be a matter of months. Literally, it could be a matter of months. It could be one more fight. But yeah, I feel like now's the time.
At some point, as you walk out, and you'll be sucking it in, and you'll both be smiling like this, but you'll have to look around and go, yep, this is a proper fight, and I'm loving it. Is that what you'll do?
And that's it. That's exactly what it is. When you said what you said at the end, that's what it's been for me from the beginning. I'm one of them people. I'm driven by challenges, and again, to me, it's just fun. Literally, all of this to me is fun. Going out there and fighting, you know, because from the bell rings, 9 times out of 10, everything else disappears anyway. So again, it's just controlling yourself until that moment. Because when the bell rings and you start throwing punches, you forget about everything anyway. It's just what's installed in you, your mentality, how you approach the situation. After the second or third round, you're like, come, let's go.
Coming up after the break, there's more from Russia. And we hear from the Russian fighting icon, the world champion, Sergey Kovalev.
I have enough experience to get victory over him, you know, and I'll use it.
What a punch! And he puts him down. Another devastating display of punching power from Sergey Kovalev.
It's been 15 world title fights, 15 and 6 years. It's been a fantastic career.
I even didn't count. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm happy for my boxing career. Really, I couldn't imagine someday like that I will be on this level of boxing, you know. But when I started boxing, my dreams was to get this level, you know, and I can say only one thing: dreams come true if you believe in yourself. Very, very hard. My dreams was move forward and to get everything what I would to get from boxing, only from boxing, because I don't want to be employee in a factory or some small business, you know, for anybody. I would like to be owner of my life myself.
Will we see more of Sergey Kovalev? 1 year, 2 years?
Everything depends from the Saturday, you know. I have a focus right now for this fight, and next I will be open for each fight, you know. For myself, what I see, 5 more fights, and to be the undisputed champion.
How does the fight end, sir?
I don't want to watch behind his back, you know. Of course, this is boxing, and everything will be depends from both of us, you know. He's a knockouter, really tough fighter. I have enough experience to get victory over him, you know, and I'll use it. Let's see TV or come here, please, in arena, and you will see.
This is how I see it. You have a young man with everything to gain, nothing to lose. So he's going to put it all on the line. The key is for us to stay focused on what we have to do and not try to impress anybody. Just do what we have to do on a normal basis. There's nothing like a fighter who's confident, a trainer who's confident. You know, one thing's for sure, we know when the fight starts, we don't have to look for them because they're going to come and bring it. So, you know, the key, like I said, is for us to stay focused on what we have to do.
Is it a pleasure working with him?
Believe it or not, it is, man. You know, we have a good time in camp, you know. Sometimes if he's in one of his moves, I got to make him laugh. You know, I'm like that with all the fighters. Got to make them laugh so you can get more out of them. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, fighters are very moody. You know what I mean? They're like raising kids when you're training fighters.
As a fighter, you know, as I said, I gave him his props when I was up there. You know, he's done it. He's been there. He's done it. He's fought everyone he's needed to fight. From what I know, I don't know him as a human being. I don't know him on a personal level. So I can't say. You know, you have to know somebody to really know them. The persona people put on in front of people can be completely different. I've learned that from friendships. So yeah, I won't judge him as a man, but again, as a fighter, watching him is completely different. So again, after Saturday, that's when I'll be able to judge him as a fighter.
One of the things in the 70s and the 80s and even the 90s is when you went overseas, even to America, you could fall foul of some dirty tricks, have problems with taxis, problems with food. Now, we know your bags were lost the first night, but they arrived the next day. Has anything else happened that you've gone, yeah, I know what's happening here?
Do you know what? I wanted a bit of relaxation. Last night there was no hot water. It was just cold water. I wanted a bath, just to relax myself. There was no hot water. They said I can go up to another room. So again, I was tired. I said, you know what, I really want a bath. So I went up to the 11th floor. The water was cold there as well. I just kissed my teeth. I came back to my room. Stayed dirty for the night. And then in the morning, there was hot water again. So, but again, the bag thing, again, I didn't really give too much energy to it because I didn't have my bags. But now I've got my bags back. It was very suspicious. Everybody on that flight, I flew business class. So why was it only me and Tunde's bags that got lost? There was a whole flat. The flat was full.
No, I was there. I was watching everyone pick their bag up.
I was like, and then when it happened, I giggled and I said, "Is this really happening?" Like, it's actually laughable.
And there's a view outside of your window, and basically we're looking out at just miles and miles and miles of flats, all about the same height. And then in the middle of it, looks like a forest. It's a bizarre view.
It's literally. I'm one of the people again. I scream lions in the camp. I'm all for the nature, but I don't know if there's lions in Russia. But
A wolf!
there looks like there could be some lions down there. It's literally just jungle, just forest. And I said, that's why I'm from my hotel, I'm getting in cars, even to the venue. The venue's opposite. I got in a car.
Tunde, thanks for joining me. We're in the arena. That's where they're going to build the ring. This is where Kovalev's fans are going to sit. You've come face to face with him and face to face with Buddy McGirt. Any new thoughts on this fight and what might happen once the first bell sounds?
Thoughts? Any new thoughts? No, exactly the same. I know the task at hand, and I'm as confident today. I'll be confident on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I'll be even more confident. Sunday I'll be in Shake Shack in Russia having a burger.
Did you sense a different Sergey, a more relaxed Sergey? Or did you sense a man that is under pressure because it's his hometown? What were your what did you feel when you were sitting that close to him?
Well, I don't need to be that close to somebody to feel them, to feel their presence, because everything is energy. You know, Anthony's referred to as a lion. I mean, we're all lions. That's why it's lions in the camp. And when a lion senses fear, it's good night.
Did you sense fear?
Absolutely.
When you're in the presence of Sergey Kovalev,
and more so,
you sense some
more
fear.
so, if you look, everyone knows when it's a face-off, it's my face-off as well. Yeah. I'm right in there.
You get your face in the picture.
I'll get my face, cause I'm looking, I keep telling people, it's me and Anthony in there, regardless of what it looks. As one. And he broke his concentration 3 times. He looked at me. That's fear.
During the so-called face-off,
100%.
he was looking at you.
When I walked up, he looked at me.
Let's talk about where we are. Now, I know the people have been polite to you.
Yes.
I know you've seen nice statues and you've had some nice fruit for breakfast and the arena's nice and the black coffee's nice and the black bread that goes with the boar soup. I know that, but would you rather, and I mean, I want to understand, would you rather we were in London or Manchester or New York or Madison Square Garden, or does it really not matter to you?
I'm happy he's here because Anthony Fowler, Anthony, I'm giving you a bit of promotion here. He said it, he tweeted it yesterday. He said, and he used the wrong word, I'll rephrase it, when we win, a lot of people's gonna have egg on their face. Because I've been mocked, I've been vilified, I've been criticized. And it's like I always say to people, I always say to them that results speak for themselves. Regardless of what anyone says, regardless of what anyone thinks. I mean, I've had to apply my trade in an environment where I know everybody doesn't like me. But I believe in myself. You can become so close to someone.
In tune.
In tune. How you feel is how they feel. Sometimes when the missus is angry, you feel it instantly. And I've always been of the mindset that if I'm okay, Anthony's okay.
The win will validate.
It ain't validating nothing because I'm not here to prove anything to anyone.
Because you feel you've already proved it.
I don't even look at it like that, Steve. Sergey said he's seen this before. He said he's seen fighters talk like this. And no, you ain't, Sergey. You haven't seen the AY and the TUNDE.
You think you're bringing in the new stuff?
He's going to see something and feel something on Saturday night that he's never seen before. In fact, you're going to have to go back a long way to see another AY and TA.
Would you give me a prediction? Would you tell me how you think, or no, how you know? See, I'm even turning myself. I'm understanding the philosophy.
You're very influential. So what comes out of your mouth is important. So I need you talking the talk.
Talking the talk, yeah. So tell me then.
Yes.
Tell me what happens.
Look in my eyes, Steve.
I am.
Anthony Yarde by KO.
That's all for now from Russia, but join us on Saturday night on BT Sport for the WBO Light Heavyweight Championship of the World. Anthony Yarde, the young unbeaten kid from London's East End, against Sergey Kovalev, a Russian boxing icon. What a fight we've got for you.
The beast, Anthony Yarde. You could feel the weight of that body shot, and by that hurts. Oh, goodness me. Down he goes, clubbing right hands, with fast hands. Oh, great shot. Two savage body shots. Oh, what a great shot. What a punch. Big right to the body. Oh, that's surely it. And it is all over.